Hello, everyone. Welcome to Geometry. Before we get started, let me just quickly introduce myself. My name is Luis Salceda, but you can just go ahead and call me Coach Sauce. I am coming from the Donna West area, although I'm originally from Brownsville, Texas, where that's where my career started. From there, I moved to Austin for a little while, and then I came back to the Valley and I worked in Donna and Westaco, and now I am joining your community in efforts to hopefully teach you a little bit of geometry and maybe go beyond that. So before the first order of business, let me just go over the syllabus. Okay, so let's see, how would I do this? Window. Okay, let me just share my screen. So the syllabus here, this is a geometry class. So in the state of Texas, you are going to get one full credit, which is mandatory for all students in Texas before graduating from high school. So I will have you for the entire year. And primarily geometry is just a huge extension to what you have seen in Algebra 1. So a lot of the skills you see in Algebra 1, you'll see them in geometry and hopefully beyond. Um, so it starts with very simple things, but then eventually it gets a little more difficult, but it's very logical, sequential, and also very uh, filled with conjectures. So hopefully you guys enjoy this class. I'll leave that for you to guys read. So as I said before, the purpose of this class or the course goals and objectives is to apply the Algebra 1 skills that you learned previously and apply for like real geometric based problems and reasoning. And hopefully with this it helps you have a bigger understanding when we start going over the trigonometry, which is also something that's seen in pre-calculus. um, Overall, what we learn here in geometry, aside from the algebra skills um, and all the trigonometry, we will have to be ready for the TSI. I know some of you already passed this test, which is great. It's just a great path forward for you guys. However, I still have a few of you that haven't passed it. So we'll talk more about that as we go by. So the Texas Success Initiative 2.0, or aka just the TSI. Um, Either there's geometry and statistics. So geometry also has statistics in it. So that component of your TSI will cover eventually, plus all the other things you will see there. Um, like any other class, pens, pencils, highlighters, binder paper, 1 to 2 inch binders to store your work, and dividers, and maybe a basic operations calculator. I great appreciate if you could bring on this stuff. If you grab pens or highlighters, I recommend you guys using the Pilot. No, let me just show you. So the Pilot pens. So there are the Pilot erasable pens, and there's also for highlighters. So if you go to Sam's, Walmart, a bunch of these stores here in the Valley, they do carry these. They're a little pricey, but for mathematics in general, or maybe even writing, this is one of the stuff. First time I heard of them was back in 2015, 2016. When I went to a conference. They used to be exclusively from Japan, so you pre-order them from over there. And I remember having the ones with the Japanese characters on it. But now they're pretty available here in the United States. So hopefully you guys can get in your hands. The highlighters are just basically for color coding schemes that we'll probably use. So I remember having these. I don't know if you guys see the Asian letters. So these were exclusive at one time just for Japan, but eventually they got very well recognized. So people start having big demand for them. So and back to the syllabus, um, the attendance and target policy. Uh, you are expected to make up the assignments after you're in absence, whether it's excused or not. And for anytime you miss out on this, you will receive zero. It's mandatory, but the target policy, I'm not really familiar with that, but uh, basically, for every target you get, eventually it will get the attention of the administration. So don't be in trouble. I didn't add that part here, but I'll maybe later. make up assignments. Again, if you are um, absent, it is your responsibility to talk to me. There will be a 3 day window for you guys to talk to me um, and that those 3 days or the 72-hour period starts the moment you come back to school, whether it's excused or unexcused. Same thing for tests. Just make sure you get in contact with me. I'm very well known for working with everybody. So again, it's a 3 day period. You have to talk to me. Um, the only exception to this rule will be probably for unexcused absences. So if you read down here, um, so the most you can get for unexcused absence for those assignments is a 70. You will not be eligible for the full points for those assignments. So just please keep that in mind. Um, so there's no penalty if you get suspended for whatever reason from school. It is unexcused. However, you are still required to finish the assignment. Um, in a very fancy way, instead of cheating, now they call it academic dishonesty. This started back when I was barely starting college, back in the day. Academic dishonesty is just basically cheating. Today, it has evolved into not just copying somebody else's work and claiming to be your own. It's also basically using any form of artificial intelligence, aka AI. And the most notorious one will probably be ChatGPT. It's incredible what it can do for us. However, there are applications that exist out there that allows us to scan students' work, and basically it tells us like whether it's being forged by using one of these AI applications.